choppy are Nigeria's political waters likely to be going forward? We're now in the studio by the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election, Yusuf Datti Baba Ahmed, who is part of the new opposition coalition. How nice to see you.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Charles.
And you look very relaxed and very fresh.
Thank you.
So clearly, optimism in the new arrangements.
When you start your questions, I want to know the new...
Well, let me ask you this question first, because we need to establish very clearly what is going on. Both you and Peter Obi have now unquestionably left the Labour Party and are now avowedly in the ADC. Is that right?
I can't speak for His Excellency Peter Obi. I'll speak for myself.
Well, he issued a statement saying he had left.
Well, then take his word for it. As for me, I have not left Labour Party.
Okay.
I am considering the coalition who have adopted ADC.
Right.
Now, don't consume the excitement. And don't be consumed by the excitement. Okay, manage the excitement. Right now, it's all about excitement. Understandably so, because Nigerians are depressed as much as they are oppressed. So this excitement can easily consume everyone. Right. And what I'm saying is hold back, think critically, think very well. And before you fire another question, let me just say, the opposition is right in all that it's doing. I agree wholeheartedly in coming together. The principles behind it, the objectives of it are all correct. But you're also playing somebody else's game. This game is Tinubu's game. And I am not praising him in any way whatsoever. But everyone must understand the situation as it were. Please be patient. Let me, in summary, narrate everything. President Buhari, after losing the third time, cried to the world that he's done with politics. And that's when it began. There are internal issues with Buhari, but the external ones are, that is when Tinubu saw the opportunity, bring him back into the fold after the 07 Atiku and 11 Ribadu. Add the Southwest and the Tinubu influences to his existing 12 million votes. It was easy to convince Buhari to come back in any way because he carries a lot of baggage, who only survive from political donations. I'm sorry to say that's the truth. So Buhari just has to contest every election. Ever since the PTF days after the passing of Abacha, Buhari was removed from head of state without any trade whatsoever. So he and his can only live off a political system. But I'm not hitting at Buhari. Tinubu saw this opportunity, saw the weakness in Buhari, pumped a lot of money, brought his party machinery, and then injected his own agenda. That you go now, I'll make the name of being a kingmaker. I have made from councillor to governors. Now I want to make a president, and if I make a president, I'll make myself a president. That is what happened. Coalition now is playing the scripts of Tinubu. I believe in the coalition, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But you don't have to play the game the way he did.
Yeah, but what is the script?
The script is what I've just narrated to you, Charles. Exactly how
he played it. How does that relate
now, what
to
they
the
think,
opposition coalition?
What opposition is saying, again I repeat, I'm in support of this opposition.
Right.
Now, there are structural misgivings in the coalition as it were today. Buhari was the distant anointed from the ab initio. The convener, Tinubu, already had it, and whoever he enrolled was, understand that Buhari is going and after him I will come. And you have to buy into that. However, we won't stop you from contesting.
Yeah, but
Let me finish.
We already got there.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
okay.
just that we haven't got
Now,
all the time
I'm
in
saying,
the world, so I need to get
Buhari
to...
was the distant anointed.
Right. You made that point.
This opposition does not have a distant anointed. So there will be a very close gap, and so there will be a very tight struggle. Possibly
Right.
a not so clean primaries struggle for it. Now the question is, what will the aftermath be?
So that your real concern is that there isn't someone who is very clearly going to wear the mantle of, if you like, presidential leadership.
Yeah, exactly.
In that coalition.
Exactly. Atiku almost cuts it, but it's not exactly there because Buhari is what I would call an outlier, an unusually high observation in a data set. That's what he was. Now, come to the next point. Again, I have said that there isn't a Buhari in the coalition. There isn't a Tinubu in this coalition. You don't have one
So it's
individual.
a free-for-all, basically, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Right.
You have the proverbs better than I do.
Yeah,
but you're asking the questions.
But let's try and take it
Hey, I mean, Charles. Let's forget Charles first. Charles is being a performing journalist now. That is what he's supposed to do, to perform. He's playing dumb, but this is the best analogy of what is going on that I've heard so far. It is the best explanation of exactly what is going on. The guy put it in a way that even a layman will literally understand every word that he just said. All you need to do is just to go back and follow the narrative, how Tinubu availed his platform for Atiku in 07, Ribadu in 2011, and now. But again, and I think Crazy. Internet does.
Systematic.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are back in business now. So, as I did talk, this interview, I think is that he just gave the best, the best. So Dirty Ahmed just literally break everything that the coalition is about. The guy just break it down to the very, I mean, to even the dumbest person in the room, we understand exactly. Even as Charles is playing a devil advocate, make I know to go out on him. But and where I think Dirty Ahmed has been clever by half in his response is to say that, oh, I think Atiku is the anointed one, but it's not there yet. This is Atiku's script. Atiku wrote this script. Yes, he wrote it, or should I say, photocopy, however you want to, but exactly how Baba may put it. This is Tinubu's playbook that is being carried out by, I would just say maybe, I mean, there's nothing new that I think. Okay, maybe I don't even know. Maybe in the future we will know when these all plans start. Just like I said, Baba Ahmed gave a history of when Tinubu started from 2007 to date. So this is exactly what is good. I mean, the elephant in the room there is Atiku Abubakar. I don't see how he's going to lose the the tickets to any of those. It's no, even though that is trying to say they are 300, they are not equal. Tiku is up there, followed by closely by Obi, but yeah, I mean, he's trying so hard to put Amechi into the conversation. Amechi not there. I don't even know why people are still taking Amechi serious. I'm noticing the streets. My street thing go finish. I don't think you ever going to get anything politically going forward in his career, but that's another thing entirely. But to say they are of the same level with Obi and the rest is insulting. So just as I said yesterday, I still don't believe Obi is all in this. It's not. It's Obi is not foolish. I still want to believe he's not foolish to want to second article. Even if the coalition give him the ticket, he should not even take it. Obi and his movement are better off going into this competition the way they did in 2023. Yes, it will be difficult because that means you are literally taking on the whole establishment to that actually brought you to this point. I don't know where you have what it takes or it's genuine about it. I mean, we see what happened to Trump. It's in the same arena that would be his fan itself today in terms of Nigerian contest. But if we go with the coalition, that is the end. That's why I put that. That's the end. That's exactly what Baba Dati Ahmed said. And I think Dati Ahmed is also better off if he stay out of the coalition, which is I think he is doing. Of course, he doesn't have what unless he I don't know. It's not going to do anything. It has no value to actually bring to this coalition, per se, because Obi overshadow him. But if Obi decided to go into this coalition and Baba and Dirty Hammer stay out of it, he will be the eventually winner. That will put him in a position to even go for a solo ticket 2031. It's not going to be that different from the old guys, because those are his godfather, politically speaking, and all that kind of shit. But I think it will feel be more of a breath of fresh air, even than Obi he is currently. If Obi make that mistake, join Atiku as running mate, come 2031, Dirty Ahmed will be the star. Even without doing anything, just merely stay out of the coalition. Because he seems to understand exactly what is at play. So this is a coalition, not just Atiku coalition, but as I say, on the long run, the coalition is put together to dismantle Obi's influence. But I mean, I think in the next couple of days or week, we go find out how. Because I still don't believe Obi will be this foolish to throw everything that he has achieved. And as far as I'm concerned, not in my lifetime or for the past 26 years since the Democratic Republic has started, nobody has achieved that. And if it doesn't see that as a potential to bring change, if there's a change in our lifetime at all in terms of Nigeria, the Obidient Movement will play a role. Even if the Messiah will come from the north, regardless of the ideology that person or that group is bringing in, they will need a handshake with the Obidient Movement from the south to bring the change that we have. But that opportunity will be squashed if Obi decided to go all in with this coalition. As far as I'm concerned, because Obi going in the coalition with Atiku and Obi's running mate did not just kill his own political ambition, but destroy the Obidient Movement in entirety. But he stay out of the coalition and going solo. Even if he loses, the movement wins because the movement will continue. At this point, going forward, after Tinubu's second time, anybody that will want to be president of Nigeria, regardless of where that person comes from, has to be in agreement with the Obidient Movement. Because that's another angle that Baba, that Ahmed is narrating this whole shenanigan from. When he put Buhari at the center stage of his conversation and his 11 million followers. So there is going forward after Tinubu's reign, there is nobody that will want to be president. It doesn't matter where that person comes from, regardless of the ideology or not. We will have to go into an agreement with the Obidient Movement if they decided to go solo without going to this coalition.
Okay, so that we understand exactly where you're going.
Yeah.
You attended that meeting yesterday.
Yes.
You've been attending coalition meetings.
I attended 3.
Oh,
Right, okay. But that suggests that there was something that was bringing you back.
Yes.
And something that you're not entirely satisfied with in the Labour Party that you're currently still in.
Not so. You can never be 100% satisfied wherever you are. There are misgivings. I really, really wanted to bring Peter Obi back on the negotiating table with the leadership. I wanted everything sorted out, him to remain.
Right.
And I still, if I have a chance, I'll still do it.
So you're disappointed because he's now said that he's left. In fact, the Labour Party gave him a 48-hour ultimatum. They issued a statement.
You need to be very sure about that if he has left. You need to be very sure.
Well, on his Twitter handle, he said he was now in the ADC coalition.
Yes. Now, technically speaking, being in the ADC coalition does not mean you have left your party. Refer to the meeting of Tuesday night and the communique issued after that meeting. It doesn't say that you have left your own political party. And this is a legal point.
No, I'm not even talking about the ADC, what they've said. I'm talking about what is happening in the Labour Party,
yes.
Who essentially, I mean, the leadership, although there is a divided leadership, but the leadership gave him an ultimatum of 48 hours to resign, and subsequently he issued a statement saying he had actually left. But let's not get bogged down.
Let's get to the
I mean, what I need to understand, because there are a lot of people who listen to you,
yes,
and want to know what your perspective is on this. And you said you had attended at least 3 meetings, and you were there for that ADC sort of
Charles,
moment.
Labour Party deserves better than being walked away from.
Yeah, but the
Labour
Labour Party
Party
seemed to be walking away from you, not you walking away from them.
No. Labour Party deserves better than being walked away from. Despite all misgivings, we know the hands that are playing each and every party. This is a party that scored, by our own count, over 10 million votes. This is a party that defeated APC and PTP together, irrespective of what the law courts said.
Yeah, but nobody was really taking the Labour Party seriously until you and Peter Obi turned up.
Yes, and equally...
So people are voting for Peter Obi, and they said that they would follow him. The Obidient Movement have said they'll follow him wherever he goes. So it doesn't really matter what it is.
All individuals in their own rights do have their followers in certain given measures. But in any way, you caught me right in my explanation. Maybe you can bring me back where I was.
Well, I mean, the point I'm trying to make and to understand is the fact that you're essentially saying that there is now a division between yourself and Peter Obi.
No.
Political division.
You guys are too good. Charles.
Well, I'm just trying to understand
don't,
if I'm wrong, let me know.
Don't give the wrong information out there.
Right.
I am very, very much in sync with Peter Obi.
Because there are people who are looking forward.
Yes.
In fact, some people have already started saying on social media that the only ticket